George Russell explains why he wouldn't have appreciated Mercedes' fairy tale victory. When George Russell stepped in to replace Lewis Hamilton for the 2020 Sakhir Grand Prix, it became clear that the Silver Arrows saw the young Briton as a future star. Fast forward just over a year, and now he is preparing for his first season as a fully fledged Mercedes racer. He has impressed in his first 3 years as an F1 driver with Williams, and now has the chance to prove his credentials as someone capable of leading from the front. Mercedes decided now was the time to bring in Russell after spending months mulling over their driver lineup options. In the end they decided to replace Valtteri Bottas and bring in the Briton, so they could claim to have a future star within their ranks. Red Bull, Ferrari and McLaren can boast Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris respectively, and now Mercedes have a starlet of their own. While at first he will be there to help and learn from Hamilton, assuming the 37-year-old decides against retirement after his 2021 title heartbreak, he will be expected to deliver from the get-go. Fortunately, he already has that experience in Bahrain under his belt, a race he would most likely have gone on to win had he not been the victim of an untimely puncture and a team strategy error. While being denied a maiden victory in such circumstances was of course gut-wrenching, Russell says that disappointment has been the foundation for everything he has learned since. It wasn't just the Mercedes experience, but there were other experiences as well, and dealing with and bouncing back from disappointment is part of life and part of competitive sport, he told Crash. You know, a championship isn't won or lost in one race, it's won over the course of a season. You will always have disappointing race weekends, you'll have failures, you'll have success. But if you don't bounce back from those disappointments, you are only going to compromise yourself and your team for the remaining races. So accepting those disappointments, learning from it, and equally just moving on and going from there. More than that, Russell also believes he is now a better and more experienced driver for having gone through that crushing blow in Sakhir. After agreeing he feels more prepared to deal with future setbacks, the Briton added, I think people who have it easy throughout their career, throughout their life, when they do face these disappointments, they struggle to deal with it, and probably aren't able to bounce back as quickly. And that's why I'm grateful that I've been in this position on a number of occasions, to make me more resilient. I would have loved to have won that race, Sakhir 2020, but that's not what I want my career to be remembered by. I want to be the most complete driver possible, and I want to look back in 20 years' time and say that was an incredibly strong career. Every single outcome had a reason behind it and that made me a stronger driver. I believe that race in Bahrain, losing that victory, will make me a stronger driver. In a way, it would have been too much of a fairy tale to have won, and I probably wouldn't have appreciated the achievement if that had happened.